Yeah, the most gear. For sure.
The most gear. Na 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 na. Hey. Are we live, dude?
Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah.
Cool. Guitar music. Hello, Internet. I'm here with Ken from Reverend Guitars. This is a live stream event. This song's about barbecuing meat. Let's go.
Fuck your baby back shit, yo. I am a baby back bitch, yo. Fuck your baby back shit, yo. I am a baby back bitch, yo. Fuck your baby back shit, yo. I am a baby back bitch, yo. Fuck your baby back shit, yo. I am a baby back bitch, yo.
Are we allowed to say the B word?
All right. We did.
Fuck your baby back shit, yo.
That's good for an intro, right?
Yes.
To play the whole song. The whole song could be 27 minutes long. It could be 4 seconds long, really. We have options, Ken.
We do. What you got?
Well, today is May 31st, correct?
It is.
And we are on time today, which is
It's almost
exhilarating. And we have with us today Ken Haas, as always, our host. And joining us today, Neil Patterson.
Hi, my name is Neil. Are you mic'd up too?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So
Yeah.
we can do a three-way here.
We can talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna take questions, everybody. So and and we should get some. Yeah, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, it's very, very important, right? You're right. You are a social media manager for a prominent area musician, and you know how important it is to like and subscribe, don't you, Neil? Do you have a song called "Like and Subscribe"?
No, it's important though. Here, I can make one up real quick.
Okay, make up a song called "Like and Subscribe."
Here, let me find a better beat.
Okay.
Let me find a better beat. Yeah.
Like and subscribe. 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 Like and subscribe.
It's pretty bad. That was, yeah. Like and subscribe.
Like-
It's important, you know, it's a social media landscape where everything is done through our phones and we have to connect to human beings to sell them real things. This is a real thing, this is a real guitar. But right now you're seeing it on a screen. It's wild. Wild times.
I'm learning shit today.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start. Let's start with, how long have we known each other, man?
2001 or 2, we met through Sue Summers. Yeah. Sue put out your old band's record.
Culture Bandits and
A couple different records.
Hula Poppers, and yeah. And then I started doing the KFK thing here in Toledo, and is that where we met? Was it?
We met through Sue. The first gig we ever played together was at a place called the Bottle Rocket, and it was with the All Star Has-Beens. That was the first time we played a gig together.
No shit.
And that was in I want to say it was '02.
That could be right.
It
Yeah.
was an upstairs bar.
Yeah, I worked there.
Yeah.
I bartended at this place.
Yeah, and then y'all did a cover of Purple Rain, and we did a cover of Purple Rain, I think the same night. I think we both covered Purple Rain that night. So, and I was like, hey, and then, yeah, we just kind of hit it off.
Yeah. You know, it's weird. I met Jeff at the same place.
Yeah.
His teenage band played an all ages show there, and I probably served his mom like a Coke at the bar
My mom never came.
or something.
You definitely served me copious amounts of water, but I played.
Oh yeah, that was when I used to love bartending for the all ages shows because I used to just set water
used
up
to
on
make
the
no
bar,
money.
and then
I used to
no, but
like
every
making
once in
no
a while,
money.
though, I'd get the dad that felt sorry for me.
Sure.
That
Get
would
the
have a
brisket
Budweiser
alcohol
and give me a
with the red
$10
cheeks.
tip. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Played my first ever show there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
I loved coming down Longhorn Saloon, Frankie's, like because when you're from Detroit, the first out of town gigs you play are like Lansing and Toledo, and that's when we first got out of town, we're like, let's go play Toledo.
Yeah.
And then we did some. My old band did amazing shows down here. We played with the Presidents of the United States of America down here. We played with Insane Clown Posse down here. We played with Andrew WK down here, Harmar Superstar. Brock Curry, and then who is John Anderson? Those two promoters.
Yeah.
They always put us in front of. We played with Don Vito and Ryan Dunn down here on the same ticket down at the Bijou.
yeah.
Yeah, great. I've had great times in this city.
Yeah, I
Are
mean,
we
I
technically in Toledo right now?
largely because of those two guys, I started having such great times in this city that I moved here from Detroit in 2000,
Right.
2002.
Shouts out to
Married the lovely Miss Penny, and here we are.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because for the longest time, I don't know, I had a chip on my shoulder about towns, but I think that is stupid. It's stupid to generalize an entire city and just be like, oh, this place is this. Like, a lot of Detroit people are like, fuck LA. It's like, I don't know, there's good parts about LA and there's really shitty parts about LA. It's just like any. So I used to be like, Toledo, but then, I pretty much lived down here for 4 years. I dated my ex, and I was like, I remember when we first started talking, she was like, why don't you come hang out in Toledo? I'm like, why would I do that? And the next thing I know, I'm fucking living down here, so.
Yeah, that's how Toledo sucks you in. That's what we do. Yeah.
I just, everywhere I go, and I've done a lot of traveling, I've met fucking awesome people everywhere, even in like Alabama and shit, so.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
But I'm cheating now because every time I go out on the road, I'm going out with Navarro, and like the ska scene is a different thing, and typically the people are pretty cool in it, and everybody really loves Jay. So, and people love the Machines, and we draw a lot from that crowd, and so it's kind of an easy thing to do. I don't run into a lot of dickheads like I would expect to.
Once you live in a city, as opposed to just visiting there, you'll get more of a sense if the people are, generally kind of shitty. I don't know. I lived in LA from 2016 until 2021, and yeah, I have like trauma from that. But also, I met my fiance out there, and I'm gonna get married. She wanted to move back to Michigan, so it's yeah. There's fucking lots of people in the world.
Man, we're solving problems today. So that band was Downtown Brown.
Yeah, I was in a band called Downtown Brown from 2001 until 2022, and that's over 20 years, 21 years.
And you saw the whole country with that band in one form or another.
Yeah, and internationally too. We didn't go to Europe, but we definitely did Canada. We did, and so yeah, just Canada and the United States. So it's not that impressive. We're like internationally, Canada. It's funny. We went everywhere.
North
Canada.
America.
we played a gig in Barrie, Ontario once. No, but I played all over the fucking place. So.
Yeah. And so we started doing this together when we were in Livonia. For a long time, we were in the western Detroit suburbs. Reverend was.
2009.
Yeah.
You came out to a Watt gig and Downtown Brown was opening, and you said, you need to be playing my shit. Those were your exact words. You need to be playing my shit.
Yeah. That sounds like something I would do.
Eloquent,
Yeah.
Ken. Very
Yeah.
eloquent. Yep.
No, and Naylor and I went to that Watt gig because that was the first time we asked him about doing a signature model.
Yeah, the
Was
shelter.
at that gig at the shelter,
Yeah.
and that was where Mike gave me the whole. Well, I kind of do my thing, and I really like you guys, but I don't. And I had said to Mike, well, we kind of want to do your thing. That's
Let us do
That's
you.
the plan, and then a very, very quick 7 years later, we put out a signature bass. But that time flew by.
It's all flying by. It's fucking nuts. Yeah, to think that I've been playing Reverend guitar since 2010.
Yeah.
I think 2010 is when I got my first one. Yep. And then it's what, 2024 now? It's a little
They're
bit.
Senseis, Volcanoes. I know one in particular we patched back together a number of times
Yeah.
as it went flying through the air at various venues.
Yeah, I snapped the headstock off of a Volcano twice, and Zach Green put it back together.
Yeah, I remember.
Twice.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And big Railhammer fan too from the beginning. Like as soon as Joe dropped the Railhammer pickups, because you were a EMG user, you were an 85 user for a really long time. And as soon as Joe dropped the Railhammers, I mean, I remember specifically like one of the things Joe was thinking about with these pickups is having the same kind of output that you and the same type bottom end that you can get out of an 85 without the high end sounding shrieky, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
having it sound like less hi-fi and more organic, and like you were on board almost right away.
What's funny is I used to bring my Reverend Sensei with the EMG 81 and 85 in it over here, and you would just make fun of me. You'd be like, "What do you?"
Yeah,
like,
totally.
this- Like, what are you doing with these fucking pickups? And I'm just like, because I just didn't know any better, Ken. I was, I'm not I'm not the smartest dude in some aspects of life, and you had to explain to me, like, listen. It's compressing the signal to a point where every single note you hit sounds exactly the same. So there's no what's the word? There's no like
Dynamics.
yeah, dynamic range.
Yeah.
And it didn't really click in my brain until I switched over to the Railhammers and then I did a live album. And when I listened back to the guitar in the live album, it fucking sings. And these are passive pickups. How is it possible? Science. Yeah.
Science and technology.
Yeah, it's cool. But yeah, Joe does great shit. It's nice.
Yeah, man. He does. And so then time is just marked. So I want to try to talk about how you got here from being in bands for so long. And
I can tell you.
no, yeah. I mean,
Exact
I've heard this story, but this is this is a little crazy compared to what we usually do here, honestly. And usually, guys, because you're not a spring chicken either. I mean, I already told everybody that how long we go back.
I'm 43 years old.
See, and I find that
I have arthritis.
I find
issues.
that I'm gonna say our age, even though there's 10 years difference between us.
Close enough,
I'm
dude.
just gonna say our age. A lot of people are very weary of technology, and
I was the same way.
I see people, sticking to their guns on things. And what you've done with your career in your 40s was well, you tell the story. I'm not gonna fucking tell the story. You tell
Okay, I was always a dude that was like, if I go see a musician play and it isn't 3 people playing instruments and drums, then it's not fucking music. And that was the way I always looked at it. I was like, this band has backing tracks. Fuck them. And now, I mean,
Dead slip on the couch.
I have backing tracks, dude. And I'm a solo performer that uses backing tracks. And I play guitar and I sing over backing tracks. But the thing is during the pandemic, once the pandemic hit, I was like, oh, my life is over. My whole life revolved around being a dude in a van, playing shows with 2 other dudes, 3 other dudes on stage. To me, that was everything life, that was all life was.
Yeah, you did it 40 weeks out of the year. You were on the road for.
There was a couple years where I did like over 150 shows, maybe like 3 or 4 years where I did it just, you get in this mindset. You see other bands like Coffin Cats, especially being from Detroit.
Yeah.
It's very inspiring. You're like, I want to do what they do. And then so I started doing what they do, And you just get into this mode where you're like, this is the only way to do music, is to get in a van with a couple dudes. And when the pandemic happened, that flipped everything on its fucking head. And I started live streaming myself playing music. And then when I started doing shows again, everything got really expensive somehow. And it's getting more and more expensive to keep a band going. And I just stopped doing the band. And now I fucking drive around with this weird machine. I listen to audiobooks. I drive around by myself. I sell my own merch. I play the show as a solo performer. And then I keep all the money at the end. And then I get a hotel room. I sleep in hotels now. It blows my fucking mind. Because it used to be 3 or 4 dudes getting on stage being like, can we crash on your floor? Because we were poor.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and I'm not rich, but I am less, I'm more comfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, you know, the pandemic was a trying time for a lot of people, and a lot of people passed away, and it was bad. But it also, I think it breeded a little bit of innovation for musicians where they realized, I don't have to carry around a 4x12 or an 8x10 Ampeg. Like, the modeling thing kind of came up and bubbled up. And, yeah, I went on tour with these 2 guys called The Garden. These 2 brothers, and they play with backing tracks and drums and bass.
Yeah.
And they were selling out mid-sized venues, like anywhere between 1,600 and 2,300 kids. They weren't like, where's the guitar player? They didn't give a fuck. They were rocking the fuck out. And the opener, this is when the light bulb really clicked. The opener for The Garden was a dude playing like a sample pad and a vocalist. And they were like mosh pitting to that. And I'm like, wow, the kids don't give a fuck. So now, yeah, people mosh pit to the stuff that I do. And it's just me being like, okay, who's ready to hear the next song? And then we start this. And then I'm like, okay, let's get the front door. And then people are moshing. It's just my dumbass and not a whole band. So it's weird. I couldn't have predicted it. I hated electronic music. But now, dude, I make fucking electronic music. I just put out a song, and it sounds like this. Yeah. So it's like I make music with keyboards. I make music with samples.
Why did you tease me like that? Let's hear the song.
Oh, you want to hear it? Okay.
Yeah, I want to hear it. Let's hear what you're doing. Okay. Let's hear it.
Well, this one doesn't have a lot of guitar on it, so I apologize. It has a little bit of guitar. Here,
Okay.
Let me cue it up.
Well, you're the great improviser. Just shred at the end. Okay.
Yeah, let's shred with the end.
All right. There you go.
Okay, this song's kind of long, but do you want me to, should I play it? Let's
Do it.
Let's go. Yeah. I'm tired from the moment that I get out of bed. I'm tired after I've had my 3rd energy drink. I take vitamins and I eat pretty good, and I work out all the time and I'm still fucking tired. My body freaking hurts, it ain't working right. That's the type of shit that keep me up at night. Wondering if the thing my father said was right. That's the type of shit that keep me up at night. Wondering if my mom's gonna make it home alright. That's the type of shit that keep me up at night. Wondering if they're right when they say I'm a piece of shit. I'm tired, I'm sleepy, I'm tired, I'm weary, I'm tired, I'm sleepy, I'm tired. Oh, I get the guitar here. Everyone.
Okay, here's my morning routine. At 7 a.m., I take a piss, and 30 minutes later, I take a shit. At 8 a.m., I wake up.
I don't know what to do and I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do and I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do and I don't know what to say. I'm just staring at a fucking screen. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I'm
Yeah, so that's that.
Amazing.
That's more like of a synth-driven one. There's ones where I do a lot of like riffing and guitar soloing. I might do one of those later.
So do you record all the backing tracks and
Yeah.
and so you obviously you're putting a lot of effort into it. Christ,
I
it sounds
produce
great.
I produce everything you hear on the track. I make the beat. I produce, do all the guitars and the overdubs and the vocals and everything, and then I take it to a studio. I got Toby in Plymouth, Michigan at Plymouth Rock Studios. Yeah, Toby. I've been working with him since the '90s. So yeah, I put the track together and I get a nice beefy backing track, and then I go out and I play in front of audiences and sell T-shirts. I do everything you do with a band, except I do it by myself. And there's been like Adam and His Package did it in the '90s. He had the kind of cheesy '80s backing tracks and did the punk thing. And there's a Captured by Robots, which he built a whole band out of. He actually has a band.
That dude was I
He
remember
actually
that.
has a band that he built out of robots that actually play the music. That's way more advanced than this. This is just, it's me farting around in my studio, coming up with songs that I like, and then telling jokes and being silly. And, I got a ska song, I got a funk song, I got all types of weird stuff. So, yeah, it's like, I have every genre you could think of. Silly songs, serious songs. Yeah.
And you got a new roundhouse.
Yeah, and I got a Reverend roundhouse. Now you put I didn't get the regular rail hammers in here. These are the vintage ones, right?
Those are hyper vintage.
These are the hyper vintage in here. Can you see this? Yeah. When you guys put out the photos of this, and I saw the top, because I'm a big Prince fan, and I saw this top, which it's almost purple.
Yeah.
It's almost blue.
Periwinkle.
It's somewhere in the middle. Periwinkle.
Periwinkle.
Yeah, so I told myself I have to have this.
Yeah.
And now I do. And it's already got a ding in it, so I know I'm...
So it's for real now.
It is for real.
Did it have the ding when you got it, or did you add the ding?
No, I added the ding.
All right, good. Even better. And before that, you were still rocking the Sensei.
Yeah, I was. I've rocked so many different senses. The Purple Burst.
Yeah.
And then I had the Honey Burst at one point.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I've had a lot of Reverend guitars. What was the orange one that I had? I don't even know if y'all make it anymore.
Oh, you had a bayonet.
Was that a bayonet?
Yeah.
Are y'all still making that one?
Yeah, no.
Okay, yeah, I had one of those.
Those are tight little guitars, man. Those are cool.
Yeah, and then I've had a Volcano. I've had a bunch of Reverends.
Yes. Hey,
these are nice guitars.
Anybody watching have any questions for this gentleman? What's going on the interwebs over there, Jeff? A couple of things.
Got a couple of things rolling in. Alex Burkhart wants to know what kind of things we look for in a sponsorship and favorite artists to work with.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's, you know what, Alex, that's a tough question because, as Watt would say, commitment to the craft is a huge thing. A lot of what we look for in an artist, I like to tell the story of Shade from Code Orange. Code Orange from Pittsburgh, Ohio, they were going out on their first tour. They played at Frankie's here in Toledo on their first tour heading west, and 4 people jumped in a van, and at 18, 19 years old, and they quit their day jobs and they went out on the road to do this thing. And he called me looking for artist pricing on a guitar or whatever. And yeah, I mean, when you see somebody that's willing to take that kind of a risk with their lives,
entire life.
you gotta, something is gonna happen in one direction or the other, right? So I mean, obviously I was proud to have him as an artist. That was a long time ago. That would have been 10 years ago now at least.
Yeah.
And obviously look at what they've done. There's obviously legacy artist stuff. I mean, guys like Watt. I didn't tell you, I just got a bass to Greg Norton a couple weeks ago. He got a Thunder Gun from Husker Du.
Did he buy one?
Through our artist program, yeah.
Okay, but you're not doing like, is it a signature or is it just?
No. It's our Citradelic Sunset Thunder Gun. He's played it out at Punk Rock Bowling, I guess.
That's amazing.
Yeah, man. It's every once in a while I hear from one of those like old school guys that I loved when I was a kid, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That's the 24/7 spies thing we were talking about.
Yeah, you got
know,
to
they
rub
got some-
elbows with a lot of people.
Like, well, and people that if you'd have told me when I was a kid I'd be working with now, it'd been like, get the fuck out of here.
Well, when you become a lifer, that's kind of what happens. You end up, I mean, dude, I drive around the Verve Pipe guy now. That's my fucking actual job.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. How did that, not that we were going to take questions, but that's some interesting shit. We were talking about
Keep some
the-
questions rolling then. We'll give people some time to bring.
All right, how did that, I guess to answer your question with the artist program, you know, we're looking for somebody who's working hard at it and they're committed. It doesn't necessarily have to do with popularity, but we're looking for people that are trying hard or doing something.
You gotta be out there.
You know, you got to be out there, and whether that's online or out there on the road doing stuff, or you have something innovative or something to offer, and you're showing that this is what you're trying to do. You know, reach out to us, reach out to Tim, and we can go from there. You know, it's different in every scenario. And for those of you who are out playing gigs with Reverend Guitars on your own, and it didn't have anything to do with us, congratulations, you are endorsing our product. The other thing that I try to make clear with everybody is we don't actually endorse anybody. That's stupid.
I like that.
We're a music. We're a company. You know, I mean, we're a small company. We're a family-owned company or whatever. I mean, we're not like some giant corporate whatever. But I don't feel like our blessing on anybody's career means shit. The fact that you choose to play that guitar night after night when you could play anything that you wanted to, you know, you could go to your closet and pull out your old guitars, or you could go to
Don't have any.
or you or you know, you could go to some bigger companies than ours and get shit or whatever. You choose to play our guitar, therefore you are an endorser. And anybody that is choosing to use Reverend, you are endorsing what we're trying to accomplish. And what we think of you is largely irrelevant because we're, you know, right? Does that make sense?
Makes total sense.
So you, as well, and you're calling this SUMPP, by the way. How did the word SUMPP come about?
Oh, I always wanted to do a group that had a one-syllable name like Guar or Ween, and SUMPP is a thing that my friends and I have said to each other for like a decade. SUMPP. It's stupid. So I was like, hey, I was like,
SUMPP! 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 SUMPP!
so that's what it's called, yeah. And I have it printed on a bunch of shit now. It's a brand. It's wild. It's just some dumb shit I used to say, and now I am on stage.
SUMPP!
So yeah.
I have your record.
Yeah.
What's the thing on the cover?
So the guy I went to art school with, he just sends me these images, and he's one of the most talented dudes I know. He is a matte painting designer in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So a lot of you see matte painting, it alters the background in film. Like, I just watched this whole thing on RoboCop. He used a lot of matte painting to make it seem more futuristic. So that's what he does. He's a very talented guy, but he sends me these fucked up images, and he's like, use this. And he just sent that to me, and I'm like, that's the album cover. So that's...
Yeah. If I was a better talk show host, I would be like, because it's right on the other side of this wall. Actually, it's right there.
Yeah, it's right.
It's like literally right there.
Yeah, it's just...
oh, shit. Look at... Look at my PA. My PA is... Jeff, talk to us about how it's going out there, Jeff.
It's like horrific and cartoony.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not supposed to make any sense.
So what's with the record? The record's been out for like a month? 2 months?
Yeah, well, I put it out last year, and then people wanted a vinyl.
Sorry.
And so I did a crowdfunding campaign and raised enough money to press a vinyl, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's a great story, Neil. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, well,
with us.
people, it's like if you want a vinyl, buy it. And I sold enough of them to pay for it.
Here comes Jeff.
It's expensive.
Jeff just broke the third wall.
Yeah.
There it is.
He's a real dude. Yeah, so that's Songs in the Key of SUMPP, and essentially what that is during the pandemic, I recorded 60-something songs, and it's just a compilation of me fucking around, essentially. But the thing is, now that I kind of have a better idea of what I'm doing, like the track I just played is more produced. What you're holding right there is pretty much the zenith of the idea. A guy in his one-bedroom apartment losing his mind and making up stupid ska songs in his bedroom, you know?
Having a good time on a Sunday night.
Yeah. Having a good time on a Sunday night. Trying to entertain people on the internet.
Nice.
Yeah, so, and then also when I listened to that, I was like, holy shit, I was in a bad place. And this kind of saved my life in a weird way. Me goofing off and making up a bunch of songs, saying random shit and gobbledygook, and it really kind of got me through it. So yeah. It's not just silliness, it's therapy. That's what I tell people. It's true though.
I got you.
It's literally
I understand.
how
Yeah,
I
man.
deal with it. Because if you go on the news, the world is a horrific place, especially right now, and it seems it's like we're doomed. So what do? You have to escape from it somehow. Music is a great way to escape, and I'm trying to escape on the daily because this shit is terrifying. So
Okay, we're gonna change the subject now.
yeah,
I like that.
Everyone dance.
So you recently took a quote-unquote day job, but it's not really a day job. It's sort of a 24 hours a day job.
When
So
you're
it's a 24 hours a day job. Is what it
Yeah,
is.
they're 14-hour days.
Yeah.
So when you're a lifer, you, I don't know,
You meet people.
yeah, you meet people, and I was on TikTok, and this guy started liking all my TikToks, and his name was The Verve Pipe on TikTok, and I was like, The Verve Pipe, and I had him on my podcast, and yeah, my fiance and I, when our company went belly up, which is a whole nother story, we had a pretty successful company for a couple years, and when it went to shit, I needed a job, and I went on the internet, I said, I need a job. And he hit me up. He's like, you want to tour manage the Verve Pipe? And I said, okay. And now, yeah, on Wednesday, I go pick all them up and driving to the East Coast, doing a festival and some club shows and stuff. So,
The Verve Pipe.
yeah, the band, the Verve Pipe. And, which is, it's all, what's funny is I went out to LA to have a career in music, but my best gig is when I came back to fucking Michigan, which doesn't make any sense. Like, the best paying, the most professional music gig I've ever had in my life is I'm living in fucking Michigan.
Yeah.
So go figure.
Well, but it doesn't. That was the great equalizer. That was the internet, though, too.
Well, yeah,
You don't have to be in those music hotspots.
Exactly. You
And
don't have to live in Nashville.
People tell us that shit all the time. Like, well, it's so cool that this is in Toledo or whatever, but I mean, shouldn't you go to New York or LA or Nashville or something?
You want to pay those taxes?
I couldn't afford to run this company in any of them. I couldn't afford the rent. If I told you what I paid for this building, you would giggle, because this is a $25,000 building on Long Island, easily.
Oh, yeah.
In LA, probably more.
Oh, yeah. Every
And-
square foot is super expensive out there.
And so this is a thing that Toledo is part of the reason why we are able to do this, and part of the reason why we exist.
No, and my fiance and I just went to Miami, and we didn't travel when we lived in LA. We were too busy paying bills.
Yeah.
And we actually are able to take short vacations places. because-
Interesting.
Yeah, we grind and then we go do stuff.
So you're tour managing for the Verve Pipe, and you're doing their socials and stuff too. I mean, they've
Yeah.
got you do. That's really cool, man.
Yeah, it's cool because it's weird when you start doing all this shit just to promote your own projects. And all my projects have been very small in the scheme of things. Like it's just I do it for the love of it. I do it because it's fun and I believe in it, and I like putting my shit out there. So, but then you learn these skills. You learn about how to edit video, and you learn about how to record your own shit, and then next thing you know, like these skills are valuable to other people.
Yeah.
So you just, it's the way of the world. You're good at shit, you put yourself out there, and then someone's like, I'll give you this much money for your time, and then you're able to fucking pay your mortgage. So, yay. But it's cool having a job in the industry with people that, they're nice people, and they show up on time, and they're great players, and they do fucking 4-part harmonies on stage.
Damn.
Brian's a great songwriter. Everyone in the band is really talented, and it's not a bunch of fucking drama, you know.
Yeah.
And they pay me on time. It's just I have nightmare stories from driving around bands in LA, and it's nice. It's nice to know that I'm not going to get stiffed, and that we're not going to go to jail. And no, I've driven around bands. I don't even need to go into it. But I'm at a point in my life where I'm 43 years old, and I just want to do good work.
Yeah. Good
And
for you, man.
even with this shit, it's like the only person I have to worry about is myself. And I show up to a place, and it's just like I know that I'm going to show up on time, and I'm going to do a good job, and I'm going to get the fuck out of there when I'm done playing. And it's easy. It's nice. It gets a little lonely. The one cool thing about being in a band is when you're driving around on the road, there's people to talk to.
Yeah.
When you're by yourself, you get in your head, you start thinking about, when I was fucking 19 years old, was my dad right? All this crazy shit. So.
And then you turn it into that.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, and it's the shit I do has a goofy comedic slant to it, but I'm singing about my life. It's what do they say? If you don't laugh, you cry, kind of thing. I could play a song, and that's an example of that, if you want me to.
Yeah, and then we're going to take those questions. Go.
All right, here's okay, so when I was a kid, my dad slept on the couch, and I kind of had a weird childhood because my dad was mean. So I wrote a song called My Dad Slept on the Couch, and it goes like this. Yeah. And so this is like what I do. Yeah, so you play the stupid music, and then you tell the story. When I was a little kid, I went to the sleepover party at the other kid's house, and I would be like, hey, your parents sleep in the same fucking room. That's kind of weird. My dad doesn't sleep with my mom. And I always wondered why their dad wasn't on the couch, because mine was. My dad slept on the couch, my dad slept on the couch.
My dad slept on the couch. My dad slept on the couch.
He didn't want to get that surgery. 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 He didn't want to get that surgery.
So that's the song. It's about how he had sleep apnea and he refused to get the surgery to fix it, and the entire family fell apart. And yeah. But it's a bad memory that I turned into a goofy song.
Dad slept on the couch.
So yeah, that's it. That's one of my goofy therapy songs. But then there's songs about werewolves and
That was fucking amazing.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Some people dig it.
I dig it.
Some people
Yeah,
are like, get
I
another
totally-
band together and have someone else write the lyrics. And I'm just like, dude, I'm telling my story, man.
Dad slept on.
And the problem with me, I remember I talked to Vic from Coffin Cats. He's like, remember when we asked you to join Coffin Cats and you said no? And I was like, I don't remember that, which is really weird because you think I would have remembered that. But I'm a stubborn guy. I could do something that would put me in front of a lot of people that I would be successful doing. But instead, I'm like, no, I have to make my own goofy shit. And I've done that for 20 plus years.
Dad slept on the couch.
It would have been cool to go to Europe with Coffin Cats, but I just was like, I was so concentrating on my own stupid shit. And it's important to me, because this is the thing, it's like, if you're gonna be alive, you gotta tell your story. I'm not gonna have someone else write my lyrics for me, and I'm an artist. You may not like it, you may not think what I do has any artistic merit or value, but that's fine, because it's not for you, it's for me, because I have mental problems.
That should actually have been the closer right there, but we'll cut that out and use that elsewhere. Oh, by the way, in case you guys haven't noticed, he can play his ass off, and he's always been able to. From the very first time I saw him play, I was like, holy shit, this kid can play his ass off.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, man.
This kid. I like it.
Well, that was...
I refer to grown adults as kids all the time.
Well, that was 23 years ago,
Yeah,
when you were a kid. Yeah, absolutely. Questions? There's got to be. Are there any psychiatrists watching right now that are donating their time to help poor Neil here? What you got, Jeff? Anything for us?
Alex wants to know what kind of computer, what you're using up there.
Oh yeah, that's a really good.
This is a Boss
question.
RC505 loop station, and essentially everything on here is a track, isolated. So you have your isolated, and you can, since it's a loop station, you can beef up the track. So it's not just one thing on the track. This is like 3 things on a track. This is just the bass. This here is my pitch shifted vocals.
Dad slept on the couch.
This here is the drum loop that I made. And then there's also like a backing drum. So you combine them together. And then you got like kind of, it's not the best, it's not like super studio quality, because what I'm doing is I got a MIDI set up and I'm just programming it on the fly. Like I made this up in 15 minutes.
Dad slept on the couch. My dad slept on the couch.
But when you put it all together, it sounds kind of cool.
Didn't want to get that surgery.
And but you'll notice there's a dude called Loop Daddy, Mark Rebier. He really popularized this unit right here, the RC505. There's loop performers all over the place.
Yeah.
On the internet, you'll see a lot of people busking with this type of stuff. Where,
Sure, yeah.
Who's the Devoidiaz? There's like a European guy that's really popular on YouTube that uses stuff like this. But Mark Rebier is the most popular guy. He's the guy that does nighttime bitch, nighttime shit. Have you ever seen that guy? He's got long hair and glasses, and he's like shirtless with a robe.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that guy.
He just did
Yes.
Coachella, but he
Yeah,
does it
yeah.
all with a laptop, a keyboard, and this. And I'm pretty much like, kind of like him, except I'm not live looping. I'm just using this as a trigger for my samples.
Dad slept on the couch.
What he's doing is he gets up on stage with just a keyboard and some beats, and he makes it all up on the spot.
Yeah.
I'm getting up here, and I already wrote it. So I guess, I don't know. Maybe.
Well, Jeff, we'll take a picture of his rig and post it in the comments as soon as we're done,
Sure.
just for shits and grins. Cool. What else you got, bud?
Alex wanted to know if your friend's doing For Your Strong's new artwork. They're posting a lot of creepy-looking animatronic characters, and it seems similar to that.
Do you know?
No.
Simple question, simple answer.
I like For Your Strong, by the way. Longtime Reverend players.
Noel,
I haven't talked to them in a couple of years.
They've always had cool art.
Yeah, man. Good band.
Noel wants to know if there's a vegan option for Baby Back Bitch.
I mean, there's a vegan option for everything these days.
Sure.
I don't even know if the song is about eating meat. It's just, when I first got this is what I did. Baby back bitch. I am a baby back bitch. I was just messing around with harmonies, so. I am a baby back bitch. Yeah, so a lot of these songs, they don't even mean anything. I just come up with stupid things in my head. Gilly's baby back bitch.
Fuck your baby back shit.
So, and the thing with me is I went to Interlochen in high school for like a vocal music thing. I was a choir kid, so I can actually harmonize with myself. That's another amazing thing about looping is you can do 3, 4, 7-part harmonies with yourself. It's like the ultimate musical masturbatory tool. And if you're like, if you want to be in a band but no one wants to jam with you, just be your own band. I'm serious.
And I know you are.
Yeah. Because during COVID, you couldn't jam with anyone unless you were a dick, or perceived dick. I don't know. My fiance, and we were like legitimately scared to leave the apartment. So I had to do this. Yeah. And now I drive around and do this. So
It turned into something.
it's really weird.
That is weird. What else you got, Jeff? Anything?
Yeah, Eric has a real question. He says, a lot of pitch shifter. What's up? Using a lot of pitch shifter?
Yeah.
What's up?
Okay.
So I pitch shift my voice, and
I can pitch shift my voice, and I can
Do it
live I can just
So I can be like, yeah, I am a pitch shifter.
wow, 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 and then oh yeah.
I've been a proponent for a really long time of this here whammy, so I'm always pitch shifting my guitar with using this device. I just like how it sounds. It sounds weird. Yeah, so that's the answer to that. Popularized by Tom Morello. There's some cool harmonizing effects on this whammy as well. It's just the classic whammy, you know.
The red one, yeah.
My favorite thing is this Strymon Brig. It does this stereo. I don't know if you can hear it in the live stream, but it does stereo panning delay, which is really cool. You could actually do a stereo in on this unit and, you know, record cool sweeping delays.
And then you've got a pedal from our buddies at Wonder down there too.
Yeah, this is a Heck Boy, and I don't use the red setting because that's just too crazy, but this is great for like a really meaty, just skronky, I don't even know what, I mean, it's just, what the fuck, dude? I've been using that a lot more lately just because it's so dirty and disgusting. It's good. I mean that in the best way possible, Nick. It's like, he knows how.
Yeah, he knows what he did.
He knows how disgusting this thing is. It's nasty.
It's gnarly.
Yeah, and then I run Line 6 HX Stomp because it's just way easier to go directly into a soundboard doing what I do than bringing an amp and trying to have it all mixed well. So, and it's crazy. This is like the Misha Mansour.
Oh yeah.
His PV. He's got like a signature PV amp model on here. You can't tell if it's an amp or a modeler. You can't tell. Can you really tell?
No, the only thing that you miss is the air moving.
Yeah.
And this is just me being all old guy about it. Like we work with a lot with Hot Mulligan, right? And they tour with all modelers, no amps on stage, and you go see them in giant venues like the Royal Oak, right? And the closer you get to the stage, the quieter they are.
Can't hear anything.
Right. Which is bizarre because I'm used to like going to a show and, you know, like I'm going to go see Iron Maiden and I'm going to stand on Dave Murray's side of the stage because I want to hear that shit coming out of the Marshalls, you know? And so when you go see that stuff the first few times, it's disconcerting, but the great part about it is you can be anywhere in the room and it sounds great.
Right.
You know, and so I've gotten used to it now, but the first few times you go to shows, it does take for an old dude. You know, I mean, I grew up going to see shows in all ages halls where you just, no matter what, you couldn't hear vocals.
I saw
you know,
I saw the Buzzcocks at the Shelter, and that was one of the loudest shows I've ever seen. It like rattled my belly.
Yeah.
It was.
I saw Creator at Blondie's.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was ridiculous. Ceiling tiles were falling down and shit. I mean, it was fucking awesome, is what it was. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like it was amazing. You know, but that's that. I mean, and that is specifically that style of metal is made for that. And the Creator is gonna go out there with this rig and be like, hey, this is what we're doing now. I mean, that, you know.
I saw Steve Stevens from Billy Idol.
Yeah.
He was doing a Q&A in a guitar store or whatever, and some guy's like, why are you using a modeler? He's like, dude, I'm doing 3 of these this week, and I'm flying to each of them. He said, I'm not going to fly my entire Marshall full stack. He's like, when I do amphitheater gigs with Billy Idol, I use my full stack because
I can't.
Because that's
absolutely.
But that's the thing is, I'm not choosing one or the other. I wish I had my rad stack that I could bring everywhere. But you know, I'm loading all this crap in by myself.
Yeah.
I'm traveling light, dude.
Yeah.
And because I did it for 20 years, carrying that 4x12 upstairs, down basement stairs. You know, I have like legitimate disc issues in my lower back. I'm just taking it easy and, you know, having a good time. So.
Anybody else have anything before we call this? Because we're about time to call it. Anyone?
That's it, man.
Dude, will you come back?
It? I'll come back anytime.
Because this was fun.
Yeah. Can I do it? Can I do a track?
I want you to. I want you to take us out. And
this is a more guitar-based
shit.
song.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm gonna do this song. This is an instrumental track, and this is yeah. I do all types of stuff. More pitch shifting for you, Eric. I just like it. Yeah. It's like you're flying. I'm flying. Tell me when we're not live. Are we still going?
Oh yeah.
Yeah! So at a club with a good system, it sounds fresh. It doesn't like. The only thing missing is the rest of the band, but it sounds big. That's the point. It's a band. It's fun though. I miss it. You can't have everything in life.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great